What's going on, everybody? My name is Stuff is Stuff, and I'm here with a TMNT tutorial.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
There are three types of jumps: a small jump, a medium jump, and a large jump. These are activated by how long you hold the jump button. The medium jump tends to be the most difficult to get down, so find a safe spot and practice these. If you jump in a direction and let the D-pad go to neutral, you'll continue in that direction unless you press the opposite way. The gondola is a very useful trick that's used in a bunch of places in the run. To perform this trick, you simply press and hold the jump button while you're in the air. You'll continue holding jump when you land, and as long as you're holding jump, you can then hold down and forward while pressing the attack button. This allows you to continue walking while doing a downward attack. Donatello and Leonardo are the only turtles who can perform this trick. Each turtle has their own unique attack. Here's a diagram that shows when and where the hitboxes are active for each attack. Most of the categories for this game revolve around Donatello because he does the most damage. So take special note of how his attack works. When it starts, the hitbox starts behind him, then moves to in front of him, then behind him again, and ends both slightly in front and behind. This can be used to attack enemies behind you while still walking forward. Every time you go into a manhole, you start on a ladder. The fastest way to get off a ladder is to press to the left or right and fall off. If you immediately try to get off the ladder this way, you won't be able to because the ceiling is blocking you. You have to first climb down slightly, then fall off. How you climb ladders is equally important. You can climb up the center, but it's faster to grab the edge of a ladder. You can tell if you're on the furthest edge possible because the pole on that side will be lined up with the center of your turtle. There's also a fast way to get off the top of ladders. When climbing up the edge of a ladder, you'll climb to the point where your bottom leg is on the second to top rung. Then press the direction opposite to the side you're on. So if you climb up the left side, you'll press to the right to quickly pop off the ladder. Enemy sets are a super interesting part of this game. They can be affected by what enemies you kill, how many enemies you kill, and even by how you scroll the screen. There are even times that if you go into a door and see the wrong enemies, you can exit and re-enter to change them. To demonstrate, here I'll get a chainsaw enemy for the mini-boss. This time I'll kill one more enemy and I'll get a frog. This is important because the frog takes 3 hits to kill, but the chainsaw enemy only takes 2. After hitting an enemy that takes more than 1 hit to kill, they get iframes or invincibility frames. This means if you mash your attack, the next swing will miss because the enemy can't be damaged yet. It's more efficient to attack with a rhythm so you can hit the enemy when they can be damaged. When the turtles are at half health or less, they get a boost in damage. To show this, here Donatello has more than half health, so the chainsaw enemy takes 3 hits to kill. Now Donatello has less than half health, so the enemy only takes 2 hits to kill. The health bar in this game isn't always accurate. Sometimes it might show that you have 4 blocks of health, but you're not getting the boost in damage. This is due to the way damage is calculated in the background. As a general rule, half health will get the damage boost, but it's more consistent to be at 3.5 or less. From here on out, half health or less will be referred to as low health. As you kill things, there's an invisible counter that's counting up to 25. Once it hits 25, there's a chance of a weapon drop. I say chance because weapons will only drop if the 25th kill is on an even frame. Enemies aren't the only thing that count towards this number. Killable projectiles also count, including the hot feet that fall off the flame enemies. When a weapon does drop, it can randomly be one of 3 things: Boomerangs, triple Shurikens, or single Shurikens. If you don't already have a sub-weapon, picking one up will cause it to instantly be active. Picking up a different sub-weapon than you already have will also cause the new sub-weapon to be instantly active. But if you pick up more of the same sub-weapon, they will not. To activate and deactivate a sub-weapon, you press the select button. Boomerangs are the weakest of the weapon drops. When you throw a boomerang, you can catch it and get the ammo back. You can have a maximum of 3 out at any given time, but the enemy iframe rules still apply, so they'll only do damage when the enemy can be damaged. Possibly the coolest thing about boomerangs is if you throw them and switch turtles while they're still in the air, the other turtle can catch them, giving them the ammo. Triple Shurikens technically do more damage than Donatello's bow, but not enough to make a difference in boss fights. When thrown, there can only be 3 on screen at once, so they'll either have to hit an enemy or fly off screen before you can throw more. Because Triple Shurikens throw 3 stars at once, they tend to cause lots of lag, especially when there's tons of things on screen. Single Shurikens are the most powerful of the sub-weapons that can drop. The only other sub-weapon that does more damage to them are the scrolls, but scrolls can only be picked up in certain locations. The single Shurikens do more damage than Donatello's bow, even when he's at low health. You can throw the Shurikens, but there's another way to get the Shurikens damage without using ammo, and that's with damage transfers. Damage transfers are a way to get sub-weapon damage without having to use the ammo. This allows you to conserve ammo for later use. To perform a damage transfer, you'll first press attack to start Donatello's bow animation, and immediately press select to activate the sub-weapon. This causes the game to register the bow attack with the sub-weapon damage value. Once the bow hits the enemy, immediately turn the sub-weapon off by pressing select again. Rinse and repeat. Doing this in conjunction with standard damage rhythm will get you the most efficient damage against bosses. To perform a conveyor belt boost, you have to be walking in the direction of the arrows on the belt. Then let go of the D-pad and immediately press light jump. This allows you to shoot forward at a much faster rate than a regular jump, covering more ground in the process. Here I'll use the circle at the end of the belt as a jumping point to show the difference in distance between a conveyor belt boost and a regular jump. A regular jump barely gets me to the left side of the door. A conveyor belt boost shoots me all the way to the door's handle. Pressing forward again in the air will kill your boost, so practice not pressing forward again until you hit the ground. You can press up or down and perform attacks while keeping your boost as long as you don't accidentally hit forward. There are different types of clips, some that allow you to jump onto platforms you usually can't, and those that clip you out of bounds momentarily. Both rely on your turtle being slightly inside the geometry of platforms or ceilings. Platform clips can be performed by walking under a platform in a way that when jumping up, your turtle is partially inside, then holding the direction of the platform. This will cause them to clip onto the ledge. The other type of clips are out of bounds clips. These are similar to platform clips, but instead of jumping partially into platforms, you'll jump partially into the ceiling. Hold forward, then swing your bow at the peak of your jump. These are all performed with large jumps with the exception of one. When done correctly, your turtle will fall through the floor. There are different methods of getting back out of each clip, but I'll go over those in detail when we get to them in the run. Both types of clips can also be performed by jumping from an angle, but they're more difficult to do. Sometimes you'll jump for a clip and it won't work, even though your position looks correct. This has to do with the subpixels. Subpixels are largely still a mystery, but with consistent movement, you can rely on the clips. There are times you'll need to switch turtles, whether it's to conserve health or just good old-fashioned death abuse. To switch turtles, you press start, then up or down to navigate to the turtle you want. You start with Leonardo, who's on the top of the list, and the first switch is to Donatello, who's at the bottom. The fastest way to do this is by pressing up instead of pressing down 3 times. Anytime a turtle is captured, the character select screen automatically pops up. The game will always automatically place your cursor over whatever turtle is immediately below the one who was captured. When the game starts, you're dropped into the overworld as Leonardo. Walk down, then left, to avoid accidentally walking into the first manhole. Then walk down at this line to make sure you don't get run over by the vehicle. You must be at least this far left. I use this line on the ground as a visual. Turn right at the building, kill the 2 foot soldiers, then go into this manhole. Press down slightly, then right to get off the ladder, and immediately swing your sword to kill the fly enemy. Small jump here, then press and hold jump. Gondola, walk off the ledge, gondola again, then immediately large jump. Press start, then up to switch to Donatello. Once you walk past a certain point, Beebop will spawn. I use this hanging block as a visual cue. As Donatello walks under it, press attack and immediately turn around, landing your first hit. Now walk inside of him and keep swinging. As soon as he dies, jump up to the doorway and hold up. This will allow you to leave the door on the first possible frame. Beebop's patterns can vary. Sometimes he'll jump around or even run away. Trying to stay near his center during the fight can help, but sometimes he just feels like spazzing out. Now walk up and turn left at the manhole. The cart can be scary, but as long as you turn, it won't hit you. Drop off the ladder and walk off the ledge. As soon as you land, do a big jump and immediately attack. If you press jump and attack at the same time, your attack won't come out, so be sure to press jump, then attack. Once your hit lands, press away, then immediately back and attack again. Hop into a forward swing to kill the first 2 spider enemies, then do an upswing to kill the last one. To spawn the next mini-boss, walk to the wall and turn around. When you kill a mini-boss, a song plays. The screen won't scroll until it ends. This gives you time to hop up and start walking before it ends. Gondola here, walk off the ledge, and immediately do a large jump. The reason we scroll the screen this way is so the enemy will stay sleepy. Stay sleepy, my friend. If you wait until the mini-boss's death song ends, then start walking, you'll wake up this enemy, and they're cranky when you wake them up. See? He's mad. If you don't want to use low health strats after the Beebop fight, you can pick up this pizza as many times as you want by exiting the area and going back into the manhole. The next room is Rocksteady's basement. There are a couple different ways to do this room. I'll explain the most simple, then show some examples of more advanced routes that involve the conveyor belt boosts and a frame perfect jump. Immediately large jump, then small jump into the pit. Line yourself up with the bugs and do a large jump with an up attack. As soon as the hit lands, press back then forward to kill most of the bugs and land on the next conveyor belt. Do a small hop at the end with an upswing just in case Whitman feels like trolling you, then turn around and upswing to kill the last bug. Here are some more advanced routes through the basement. First one involves using a large jump on the first couple frames after you enter. As soon as you land on the first belt, you'll do a frame perfect small jump to land at the end of that same belt. Small hop at the end of that belt, landing you onto the next one. Conveyor belt boost at the end of the last belt, then quickly climb the ladder. The second one is a backup for when you miss the very first large jump frame window. If you're a couple frames late, then the next small hop will land you in the pit rather than back on the same belt. The conveyor belt boost for this one must be near the very end of the last belt or the bugs will still get your booty. Here we have our first ladder exit. If you don't ladder exit, you can only jump to this first box. But if you ladder exit, you can land on this box. The downside is that sometimes Whitman can be a jerk and hit you in the mouth with the boomerang, so the safest way is to head up the ladder and get off to the right to avoid any boomerangs. Big jump to the left and down attack to kill the bugs. Rocksteady will spawn when you walk to the right side of the second door. The easiest way is to attack him when he lands, big jump to the right and downswing to hit him again. Then jump onto the boxes and downswing. You can mash and eventually kill him, but it can take a while because you can only hit him when he jumps. Or you can try to time your attacks to his animation loop. Just like Beebop, Rocksteady's patterns can vary. Here are a couple more Beebop kills for examples. It doesn't matter how far you are from April when killing Rocksteady. The cutscene to walk over to her is a predetermined length. Here's an example of stage 1 at full speed. Stage 2 has our first clip. There are a couple different ways to do this clip. The easiest way is to walk under the platform and stop here. Do a large jump, and once your turtle is next to the platform, start holding right. Once on the platform, swing, then turn around while the attack is out to kill the bugs behind you. The other way is to hold right, then jump here at the edge of this sign and do an up attack to kill the bug. Make sure you're holding right the entire time. Once on the platform, you walk to this point, press attack at the center of the ladder, and turn around to kill the bugs. If you don't turn around quickly here, this mouser will hit the side of the screen and turn back. Doing the turnaround optimally keeps it walking forward so you can get an extra kill during the gondola. This allows you to quickly exit at this ladder and skip killing this enemy. If you don't want to use the clip, you can climb the ladder instead. Up attack, forward attack, gondola, up attack, medium jump, up attack, immediately up attack again, medium jump and roll to a down attack again, medium jump and roll to a down attack, and one more down attack. As you pass this sign, a chainsaw mini boss will appear, so once you land, turn around and attack. As you get off the ladder, up attack to kill the bug, then medium jump between these two signs. Up attack, large jump, forward attack, small jump, forward attack. The reason we want to kill so many things in the first section is to try to get a sub-weapon drop for Donatello. The hope is for a single shuriken to drop so it can be used to speed up some areas later on. Down attack, up attack, small jump, up attack, walk slightly to the left, small jump and up attack again, killing the chainsaw guy and spawning the next mini-boss. Walk to this point to kill the mini-boss. This is good practice because it sets up an optional clip, but it's also an optimal distance to kill the enemy. This clip is called the Cup of Coffee clip. Shout out to Noise Police. Second option is to walk under the platform here, jump up, and press to the left to clip onto the ledge. Or you can just jump up like this. Here we have the infamous Sleepy Dave. The easiest strat is to kill the enemy, but the faster way to get through here was discovered by Junkyard Dave, which is how this enemy got its name. Here are two different ways to jump Sleepy Dave. If you climb up the right side of a ladder, you'll want to walk to this point, then neutral jump. A neutral jump is when you jump without pressing a direction. Once you're in the air, press right and clear the enemy. Then do an up attack to kill some of the bugs above. If you climb up the center of a ladder, you'll hold right and do a small hop here, and once again up attack. If you kill him, do a small hop here and up attack to kill this flying eyeball Roomba. Small jump, up attack, immediately up attack again, up attack, forward attack, forward attack. If you jump Sleepy Dave, this forward attack will also kill a projectile that's behind you. Walk to this point to jump up and clip to the left. There's also a more difficult variation called the Cowabunga Clip. For this version, you'll jump from an angle, then align yourself in the air to get the clip. Or you can also climb the ladder. If you get on the ladder quickly and as far left as possible, you don't have to kill the flying eyeball Roomba. Up attack and roll to a medium jump, forward attack, small jump, another small jump to get over the pit of shame, then small jump and roll to a down attack and exit the door. Here's an example of stage 2 at full speed. The dam is one of the wonders of the world. Its mystery is vast. It's largely remembered as the most rage-filled stage in the game. I'll explain what I do, but I'll also link to tutorials by Skunky48 for more details. The electricity cycles are controlled by the game's global timer. So if you can get here on the same pace, you'll have a decent idea of what pattern you'll get. You can watch the input display for the swimming rhythm I use. To save time, you want to try to grab bombs at the center. If you don't, the game has to play an animation that moves you to the center so you can defuse the bomb. If the very first electricity shocks you, then turns off before you grab the bomb, the second electricity won't shock you. Here the first electricity missed me completely, so the second electricity will shock me. Take one hit with Donatello. Sometimes the electricity is kind and will allow you to pass unharmed. If that's the case, just keep swimming until Donatello has taken one hit. Once he has, pause and switch to Leonardo. Swim up here and try to avoid hitting this section. If you hit it, you'll lose your boost. Many runners hold down and to the right for this section and use the turtle's feet as a visual cue for how close they can be to the rocks. The legs can pass through and not cause a loss of boost, but if you hit your head or shell, you'll lose it. You can get a fast upswim here depending on which pixel you're aligned with when the screen scrolls up. Here I get the boost. And this is what it looks like if you don't. As you're defusing this bomb, hold right and drop here. If you're far enough to the right, you can kind of put your nose into the terrain. It's a slight time save. Hold down, then to the right. Here you'll get a small boost. Mash the swim button while not pressing any direction on the D-pad. So keep the D-pad neutral. Here tap to the right for approximately the duration of a medium jump. Then go back to neutral, all while still pressing swim. As the turtle's shell touches here, start holding right. There's a portion of invisible terrain here. If you bump that section with your nose or belly, you'll lose this boost. Press left to start the up transition as close to this wall as you can. If you lose your boost in this section, then you can go up at the center to regain your boost. Grabbing this bomb at the center usually will get you shocked by the seaweed, but if you don't want to take that damage, you can grab it slightly lower than center. Hold right while defusing. The seaweed won't hit you as you leave the bomb. Switch to Raphael. There is a boost here that also seems to be dependent on how you approach this upward transition. You can tell if you're in the right place because you'll be swimming a bit slower at first because the current is trying to pull you to the right. Keep holding left and swim to here, then turn to the right. If you bump this rock, you'll lose your boost. If it looks like you're going to hit it, just go neutral on the D-pad until you're low enough to go under. This section is done similar to the first step area, but is a little more difficult due to the way the current pulls you. It also has the same invisible terrain at the top that can take your boost if you hit it. I swim to here, then go neutral on the D-pad. Lightly tap right, go back to neutral, tap right one more time, go back to neutral, then hold right here. Switch to Michelangelo to take his first damage. Try to swim low to the rocks without touching them. Then go neutral on the D-pad to let the current pull you down and to the right. If you lose this current, it looks like this. There's a fast drop here that allows you to lower and grab the bomb from the side. You can tell if you got it because you can fall past the bomb and not grab it. I miss it in this clip, but as a safety measure, I always press to the right when my turtle hits the center of the bomb. Go to neutral here to drop. Here's a faster way to get down after this bomb. How you swim this section depends on how much health you have, but can also vary depending on what electricity cycle you have. A general rule is if Mikey has 4 health, you don't need to take extra damage here. If Mikey has 5 or 6, you'll need to damage yourself to get to lower health. The most optimal strat is to leave the dam with Mikey at 2 health, but 3 can work as well. Here are 2 examples of taking 1 hit of damage. And here are 2 examples of taking 2 hits of damage. Try to cut this corner as close as possible. Depending on your electricity cycle, you'll take 1 hit, 2 hits, or no hits at all. If you learn the patterns, then you can adjust how you swim the previous section to get Mikey down to 2 health. Here's the swim at full speed. When the cutscene ends, you're placed in the overworld as whichever turtle you ended the dam with. Here, I start with Mikey. Walk right, then down to get into the van. Then navigate up to this door. Forward attack the first 3 space fleas. Small jump, forward attack, small jump, forward attack, small jump, forward attack. If Michelangelo has 3 or more health, you can jump early and get the robot to flame you for some extra damage. But with 2 health, or if you don't want to take any extra damage, small jump here. Forward attack, forward attack. The reason we killed so many enemies in the dam house was to hopefully cause a sub-weapon to drop from one of the next 3 enemies here. Large jump, and once you're into the platform, hold left. If a sub-weapon already dropped, you can use it to kill these enemies. Otherwise, just do a forward attack. Forward attack. Small hop here to cause the next enemy to fall through the floor. If you don't, they'll be waiting to burn your poor little turtle feet. If you still have too much health, you can also choose to jump onto the back of this enemy for some extra damage. This robot can have different patterns. I'm not sure what causes the different robot patterns, but it will either walk into you or shoot flames at you. The flame attack does 1/2 a bar of damage, and the body attack does 1 full bar of damage. Depending on what strat you'd like to use, you can adjust the damage slightly. The optimal strat is to get Michelangelo to 1/2 health remaining. But here, I only take a single flame, leaving Mikey with 1.5 health. Walk to here, large jump straight up, and clip to the left. You can also use a strat called the Okie Doke, which is more difficult to do. Shout out to 40 watt range. Because I have so much health, I'll need to walk across the pit and into the robot to get Michelangelo captured. Here are some examples of when you have less health. If you happen to get a sub-weapon drop, you can use them to speed up the death warp. This strat with the boomerang is called the Stormerang. Shout out to Stormcrow56k. And when you combine the Okie Doke with Stormerangs, you get the Croaky Doke. There's also a full pizza on the far right of the top floor, but you do have to jump a pit of shame for it. Here's the missile house at full speed. After my key is captured, the character select screen pops up and is already on Donatello, so you can mash start to get to the overworld. Head all the way to the left. The driving section's optimal movement involves making turns that place you as close to buildings as possible. If you turn late, then this is as close as you can get to the building. If you turn at the right time, you can get this close. This can save a lot of time throughout the drive. This movement can be used in any overworld section, including when you're walking around as a turtle. Press down and fire a single bullet. Fire a second bullet to kill the first tank. Turn right and fire a missile. Fire a missile to kill the next tank. Fire a missile breaking this barrier. Turn left to avoid running into the next tank. Turn left here. Turn left here and fire a bullet. Fire a second bullet to kill this tank. Fire a missile breaking this barrier. After turning here, you can fire bullets or a missile to kill the next tank. If this turn is made as tight as possible, your bullets will miss. The most optimal strat involves driving into the tank, then firing a missile. This is because missiles and bullets cause lag while they're on the screen. Hitting a building causes them to disappear. Fire a missile. Turn right and drive through this tank. How you navigate this section can cause different amounts of tanks in the next section. You can either get 1 or 2 tanks. Fire a missile. Fire a missile here to kill the next tank and break the next barrier. Turn left here and back to the right. If you don't turn left, you'll run into the wall. If you make this turn on a single pixel, it's called the Booty Scooty. Shout out to Evil Elfo. Fire a missile. Turn left and drive through this tank. Fire your last missile. Make a tight left turn. Turn up as close to this wall as you can, then turn left here to despawn the last tank. If you don't navigate this section correctly, the tank will be there and you'll have to take damage. Or, if you have an extra missile, you can shoot it. And if you're not worried about time, here's the official van parking spot. Now here's the drive at full speed. And here's a modified version if you don't want to take any damage. As soon as you enter the door, mash the attack button. This will ensure that no matter which eyeball pattern you get, you'll kill them. Jump here. I use the door frame as a visual cue. As soon as you clear the platform, press right to wrap around. If you jump too far to the left, you can see the wall here appears. Whenever this wall enters the screen, it will cause a flame enemy to spawn. Up attack. Small hop. Down attack. Climb down the edge of the ladder, then press left to fall down. If you fall off the left side of the ladder instead of the right, these plane enemies will fly off the screen and there will be a flame enemy here. Jump here. Press right here to turn around. Small hop, down attack. Small hop. You don't have to kill this enemy, just go under it. Small hop, forward attack. These small gaps you can just walk over, which I'll show here. Or you can small hop. Small hop, forward attack. Small hop, forward attack. Small hop. Small hop here to jump over this flame enemy. Small hop, up attack, forward attack. Here you can walk to the end and let hot drippins fall off. Or medium jump, then forward attack here, press left, press right, then do a large jump with an up attack to kill hot drippins. Walk off, up attack, small hop. A small hop is the most optimal way, but you can use a medium jump or a large jump if you want to make sure to safely clear the flame enemy. This pizza you can get as many times as you want and refill your health. Now here's the sewers at full speed. And here's a more advanced route using the single Shurikens. There's an even more advanced route called Silly Sewers, which I'll link in the description. Head into this door. Large jump. Jump here and hit your head. Forward attack. Go neutral for a moment, then walk and forward attack. If you don't wait before walking forward, you won't be able to hurt the enemy yet, so you'll end up walking into them. Hop to damage boost through. Large jump and go up the ladder. Press right to get off the ladder, then large jump to the left. Hop here and hit your head. If this jump is timed correctly, you'll land in the perfect spot to go down the ladder. Climb down slightly, then left to fall down. Press left here to ladder exit, then immediately up attack and roll to a large jump. Jump here to hit your head. As your feet pass the platform, press right, then roll to left, and climb up the right side of the ladder. Press right to get off the ladder. Immediately do a down attack. If done quickly, you'll still be in the air when the attack starts, so you don't have to use the gondola input to keep your forward movement. If you have single shurikens or triple shurikens, you can throw them here to kill the flame foot. Otherwise, large jump, Down attack. This will land you on the box here. Here's the mecha house at full speed. There are many different ways to kill Mecha Turtle. I'll only be going over one completely in depth, but I will show examples of others. Large jump off the edge of this box. Forward attack. Tap left to turn around. Forward attack. Once your attack lands, do a large jump. Down attack. Here you'll see Leonardo's sword will hit you. An important note about the first phase is that the sword doesn't do any damage. When it hits you, you'll still do the damage animation, but it won't take your health. Bumping into their body will damage you. Down attack. Down attack. Once the attack lands, do a large jump. Down attack killing the first phase. The second phase will spawn where the first died, so now you'll press left to position yourself under the second phase. Move to the right. Up attack now to hit the second phase as early as possible. Up attack. Large jump to the left. Forward attack. Once the back of your bow hits, press to the right, then quickly to the left and hold left. Forward attack hitting with the back of your bow. Keep holding left to here, then press right. And up attack here. Up attack again. Walk to the right to avoid getting hit. Turn around and forward attack. Sometimes Mecha Turtle will shoot missiles. Try to kill these before killing the boss. They are left on screen as the boss dies, then the cutscene to lower Splinter won't start until they've flown off the screen. When this happens, it's called a concerned missile. Here's the fight at full speed. Here's a slightly easier strat. And here are some examples of fights using single shurikens with damage transfers. Head into this building. This is the pattern we want with the space fleas and the flying bugs. If you kill too many enemies in the sewers, then you'll get angry robot mechs that want to shoot your body with lasers. Small hop here. I used this light blue section of the pillar as a visual cue. Forward attack. Up attack. Forward attack. Large jump. You can buffer the ladder dismount by holding up and left while climbing. Up attack and roll to a medium jump. This robot head can act differently depending on where the robot is when you kill it. For this pattern, large jump, press right, and down attack. Here are a couple other patterns. Sometimes the robot will walk so far that you can't hit it on the way up. For this reason, it's named James Brown because it puts the moves on you. It's also called the Traveling Elf. Press and hold A to prepare to Gondola. These balloon patterns can be different. You can get 1, 2, 3, or even no balloons. For this pattern, we will Gondola, then large jump onto the platform. This pattern doesn't have a robot on this platform. Here are some examples of balloon patterns that cause there to be a robot. When this happens, just pause at the doorframe and wait for the robot to walk off, then jump up. You can buffer a quick ladder exit here. Large jump, hold right, forward attack. As soon as you land small hop, If timed correctly, you can go under these balloons without killing them. Forward attack here and mash the B button. If timed correctly, you can kill the robot and the head without having to slow down. I use the edge of this wall panel as a visual cue. If you kill too many enemies, the balloon enemies will be bugs, and instead of Jennifer the robot, you'll get a Whitman. Also, if you happen to have single shurikens, you can kill the robot like this. For this next section, there is a threshold that causes the rope throwing animation shown here. You can get a free time save by jumping over this, landing on the other side of the pillar, and doing a wiggle motion to trigger the animation. To do this, small hop here, and then here, wiggle back to forward. There's a 2-frame trick that can be performed by pressing jump here. You can do a small, medium, or large jump. This doesn't save any time, but is a fun little trick that can be thrown in. This is called the happy hop. Small jump. While crossing this pillar, an enemy will spawn. It can be a bug or a balloon. You can do a safety forward attack to kill it. You would just forward attack here. Or, if you wiggle quickly, you can despawn it with the rope animation. Small jump to landing wiggle. There are also some faster ways to get through this area. These are called rope skips. Here are some examples of rope skips from slowest to fastest. It's also important to note that there is missing geometry in the last section of ropes, so be careful not to stop walking on that section. Large jump here. Here's our next clip. Once you land, do a medium jump and tap forward to clip through the floor. Down attack. Once the attack lands, hold left. If the clip was done correctly, this Whitman will just face the wall the entire time. Forward attack, large jump, and down attack to kill the Whitman. This is to make sure he doesn't throw any troll boomerangs. Small jump. You can also use a shuriken here if you have them. Here's what it looks like if you clip too far to the right. You'll notice the Whitman gets angry and runs toward you. And here's how to do this section if you don't want to use the clip. Press right to fall off the ladder, then hold left. Hop here, down attack. Once the attack lands, press right. When you land, press left. Medium jump, down attack, large jump, small jump. If the robot shoots a laser, small jump over it. There's also a pattern that has no robot. Press right to fall off the ladder, then hold right. Small jump to hit your head. Large jump here. Forward attack here. Go neutral to stop for a moment. Forward attack. Small hop to hit your head. As you pass the platform, hold left. If timed correctly, you can outrun this bug. bug looks like it's going to bite your butt, you can do an upswing to kill it while it's behind you. And here's a faster way through here using the single shuriken. Here's the rope house at full speed. There are many ways to the airport and different strats for most of the holes. We'll go over the most common route and the strats I use. Each hole will be explained then shown at full speed. Walk left then up and head into this manhole. Climb down a little then press right to fall off. Medium jump. Up attack and roll to a small hop, killing both turrets. Climb down a little and press right to fall off. Then press and hold left. Sometimes you'll land on this platform, but other times you'll be able to fall past it. This is called a quick drop. Hold right as you pass the platform. Forward attack here. Walk to this line, then press left to turn around and hit the Whitman as it spawns. Forward attack. Walk to here and do a large jump to hit your head. Once your head hits, press and hold left. Small jump, down attack. Small jump, down attack. Large jump, down attack. Large jump, up attack. Here's hole 2 at full speed. Climb to here, then press left to fall off. Down attack and keep holding left. Walk off, then press down attack and right. Small jump. Small jump. You can small jump here or just hold right to walk across the gap. Keep holding right, then large jump here, then press left. Here's hole 3 at full speed. The next hole is hole 6, or as I call it, the hate hole, because the Whitman in this hole love to throw boomerangs to wreck your run. Climb down, then press right to fall off. Jump to hit your head. Down attack. Large jump. Position yourself in the air to land here at the end of this belt and immediately do a neutral large jump. Start pressing to the right here when you're almost face to face with the Whitman. It's important to start with a neutral jump here. If you press right too soon, you'll jump directly into the enemy. Down attack. Once you land, immediately small jump. Small jump. Down attack. Conveyor belt boost. Neutral large jump. Start pressing right here. Down attack. Small jump. Down attack. Conveyor belt boost. As soon as you land small jump, roll to down attack. As soon as you land, large jump, up attack. Here's hole 6 at full speed. And here is another example of hole 6. If you have another turtle with lots of health, you can also switch to them and go along the bottom through the spikes. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Down attack, small jump, wiggle left to right, small jump, large jump, and here's hole 8 at full speed. Here's an example of skipping the bug. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Down attack, forward attack here, press left to turn toward the enemy. Once the attack lands, press right and large jump. If you turn right at this point, you can get airplanes to spawn and drop bombs. They won't hit you, so just keep walking. We call this fireworks. Here's what it looks like if you turn higher up and don't get the fireworks. The next clip is called the red clip. Climb to this point, then press right to fall off. You'll know if you timed it right because the turtle's head will slightly intersect with the terrain. Small hop to grab Mikey, then large jump here. Small jump, walk left onto the ladder, then climb up. Here's the red clip at full speed. And here's a version you can use if you drop off the ladder late. You have to hit your head on the ceiling to reset your subpixels. Otherwise, just climb up the ladder. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Down attack and keep holding right to fall off the belt. Conveyor belt boost. Forward attack. Medium jump. Throw a scroll. Conveyor belt boost. Deactivate the scrolls and climb to freedom. You can also small hop over this section if you don't want to boost. Here's hole 14 at full speed. And here's a way to go through the hole without glitches. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Forward attack, small jump, switch to Mikey, forward attack. As soon as you land, small hop to avoid rubbing against the wall. As soon as you land, small hop, forward attack, small jump, forward attack, switch to Donatello. Be sure to switch to Donatello after this enemy is fully dead, or you can risk them dropping a subweapon and Don picking it up. This will cause you to lose your scrolls. As soon as you land, up attack and roll to a small jump. Neutral large jump, then hold right. Conveyor belt boost. Up attack, medium jump, up attack. Here's an example of the last section without the boost. And here's hole 15 at full speed. Here's a version of hole 15 that's a variation of the top shelf elf strat. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Walk into this turret. Forward attack. Large jump. Forward attack. Conveyor belt boost. Here you'll do a down attack damage transfer. Be careful to only press the down direction. If you accidentally press forward or back, it'll kill your boost. If you didn't kill this bottom turret, hold jump as you fall off and gondola to kill the turret. If you forget to hold jump for the gondola, up attack can also take out this turret. Here's an example of an alternative route through this section. There are a couple different ways to get through here. I'll explain mine, then show an alternative. Small jump here. As you pass the platform, hold right. Walk to this point, then go neutral to drop. Press left. Small jump and keep holding left. Small jump. As you pass the platform, hold right. Walk to this point, then go neutral to drop. Press left. Small jump and keep holding left. Small jump. As you pass the platform, hold right. Walk to this point, then go neutral to drop down. Press left. Small jump, and as the screen transitions, hold right. Here's an alternative way that doesn't involve jumps. And here's hole 17 at full speed. Next we have the giant mouser fight. When you drop into the mouser fight, you usually will have to walk under and wait for the mouth to open and the hitbox to appear. Then time your attacks for maximum damage. When the mouser's mouth closes, you'll have to wait for it to open again before you can damage it. But there is a trick called the Nudie Pause that allows you to start damaging the mouser right away. There's a small window of frames where pressing pause puts the mouser in a state where it can take damage early. The visual cue for this is reacting to when the turtle raises their knee, then pressing pause here and unpausing. You could tell right away if you did the trick correctly because the mouser will have no eyes. As you're falling, forward attack with the damage transfer. Now time your up attacks with damage transfers. Here's what it looks like at full speed. If you miss the Nudie Pause, you can also wait for the mouser's hitbox to appear and time your damage transfers for a 1 cycle. Here's another glitch that can be used when missing the Nudie Pause. Once the hitbox appears, you can pause and unpause the game. This will close the mouser's mouth while leaving the hitbox. And here's an example of the fight done with scrolls for the Glitchless category. If you want, you can throw a temper tantrum after the fight by punching the wall and the ground. Just let it all out. The Technodrome can be in one of 3 holes. I'll go over hole 1, then I'll show an example of hole 2 and 3. One of the coolest things about this run is there are categories for each hole. To get to hole 1, you'll walk right to this point, then walk up. Climb down here, then press right to fall off. Press left, then stop here and do a large jump. Start holding right here. Do a forward attack at the peak of your jump to clip through, then go neutral. At this point, start holding up and right and mashing the jump button. Then press and hold jump here. Be sure to keep holding right. Down attack, forward attack, and up attack. Here's the clip at full speed. And here's how to do hole 1 for no out of bounds and glitchless categories. Climb to here, then press right to fall off. Press left, then down attack. Climb down a little, then press left to fall off. Once you start falling, hold right. Down attack. Climb down a little, then press left to fall off. Small jump. Once your feet have passed the platform, hold right. Climb down a little, then press right to fall off. Down attack. I usually just keep holding down right and mash attack during the screen transition. Sometimes you'll get lucky and the trolley-poly here will go under you and you won't get hit at all. But here we get hit. Forward attack, up attack. And here's the no out of bounds route at full speed. If the Technodrome isn't in hole 1, here's how to get to hole 2. And here's a full speed example of hole 2. If the Technodrome isn't in hole 2, here's how to get to hole 3. In my opinion, hole 3 is the hardest of the holes. Here's an example of hole 3 at full speed. can enter this doorway as far left as here. There are many different ways to do the Technodrome fight. I'll be going over the strat I use and showing some other examples. When the fight starts, walk to the right hand side of the screen and crouch to avoid the electricity. If you want to lower your health for more damage output, you can take damage on this electricity. Up attack, damage transfer. Turn around, then up attack, damage transfer. Up attack, damage transfer. Medium jump. Up attack, damage transfer. Press left to follow the eye. Small jump to left, then press right and up attack, damage transfer. Once that attack lands, press left to avoid the turret. Small jump to the left, then press right and up attack, damage transfer. Once that attack lands, press left to avoid the turret. Press right, then left. This movement is used to cause the right turret to point down and avoid it shooting you. Walk left to this point, then press right and small hop. Up attack, damage transfer. Here's the fight at full speed. And here are some more examples of the fight. Now we're on the last stage, inside the Technodrome. There are many different ways to do this section. I'll be going over one route and showing some examples of other options. Keep in mind that your kill counter is very important here. You want to kill enemies in a way that forces an avoidable drop later on in the level to ensure you keep your scrolls for Shredder. Large jump. If your sub weapon is active, deactivate it at this time. Down attack, then hold jump. Gondola. Go down the ladder a little, then press right to fall off, and immediately press left. Large jump here and hold jump. Sometimes when there are two jetpacks, the second one will fly low, so we hold jump just in case we need to gondola under them. How many jetpack enemies are here will give you an idea of how many enemies will be in the next section. If there are two jetpack enemies, then it will be a busy hallway, also known as a taco hallway. Shout out to Taco Drop. A taco hallway is when there are many enemies. Here we get a single jetpack, so it's not a taco hallway. Go down the ladder a little, then press left to fall off. Press and hold jump. Gondola. Gondola. Small jump. Here's our next clip. Large jump here and keep holding left. Once you reach the peak of your jump, you keep holding left and press attack. If done correctly, you'll clip through the floor. Here, start holding right. Keep holding right until you walk onto the ladder, then climb up. As the screen scrolls, go neutral on the D-pad to wait for the ducks. Here, start climbing up. Press left to get off the ladder. Forward attack to kill both ducks. If you climb up quickly, you can also damage boost through. The fastest way is to hold up and right, then press and hold jump here. When you notice the screen start to scroll back up, you move to pressing up and left to jump out. This is a 2-frame window, so hold up and right just in case you miss the window. You can still walk onto the ladder. If you don't, you'll keep falling through and soft lock the game. Here's what the clip looks like at full speed. If you don't want to clip or are doing no out of bounds, here's the route. Forward attack. Forward attack. Forward attack damage transfer. Forward attack damage transfer. Go down this ladder, but if you feel like your health is too low, there's also a full pizza over here. Press right to fall off, then immediately press left. Pause, then press up to switch to Mikey. Walk off the ledge. Then jump here. Walk to this point, then go neutral on the D-pad. Once you pass this mechanical kangaroo, you can start holding left. Use your iframes to walk into the second kangaroo, then large jump. Once you land, large jump. Here there is one duck, so Space Arcus will be guarding his hoo-ah. Small jump. Walk to the edge, then go neutral. Once your foot is halfway through this box, you can start holding left. Small jump. Small jump. And now here's the no out of bounds route at full speed. Up attack here. You'll notice there are 3 ducks in a triangle here. If you get this duck pattern, then Space Arcus will be out making coffee. Anytime there are less than 3 ducks, then Space Arcus will be guarding his hoo-ah. Small jump. Since there is no Space Arcus, medium jump here to hoo-ah and through-ah. Small jump to hit your head. Start holding up to enter the door as soon as you land. Large jump. Small jump. Small jump. Here's where the second clip is. I don't do it in this section, but I'll go over how it's done. This is easily the hardest clip in the game and has the highest potential to soft lock if you miss the 2-frame window. Large jump. I walk to the inside and touch the wall, then turn around. Large jump out, then press left toward the terrain. Keep holding jump, and at the peak of your jump, do a forward attack. Hold up. Press and hold jump here. Once you see the screen start to scroll back up, hold forward. Down attack. Activate the scrolls by pressing select. Press right and throw a scroll. Hopefully they throw boomerangs so you can increase your kill count. And here's the clip at full speed. Here's what can happen if you miss the clip. It's important to note the difficulty of this clip. Most attempts will look like this. You can tell if you're in the right position because you're able to land back into this notch. Forward attack damage transfer. You can also jump this Whitman. Small jump here. Once you pass the ledge, press right. Down attack, start holding right here. Forward attack damage transfer. Forward attack damage transfer. Forward attack damage transfer. Small jump. Once you pass the ledge, press left. Small jump, up attack. Up attack. One of the goals in the Technodrome is to kill enough things to cause a sub-weapon to drop. Here's a good place for the drop. The point is to avoid getting an accidental drop in the last hallway. Press up to enter the door. Large jump to the right. Since we gotta drop outside the door, don't kill these ducks. Small jump. Forward attack. Small jump. Press and hold jump. Gondola. Small jump. Press and hold jump. If you time this gondola right, you can miss killing this duck. That's called the goose. Here we kill it, so it's called the swan. Gondola. 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 Press select to activate your scrolls. Throw a scroll. Small jump. This hallway of space enemies can be different. The amount that move backwards will change, so it's good to be ready to react to how they move. So keep in mind that this is only one pattern. Throw a scroll. Throw a scroll. Throw a scroll. Throw a scroll. Go neutral. Once the sound of the bug kill occurs, walk forward, then throw a scroll. Go neutral. Once the sound of the bug kill occurs, walk forward, throw a scroll. Go neutral. Once the sound of the bug kill occurs, walk forward, throw a scroll. Go neutral. Once the sound of the bug kill occurs, walk forward, throw a scroll. Go neutral. Once the sound of the bug kill occurs, walk forward, throw a scroll. Go neutral. Hold forward, throw a scroll. Deactivate scrolls. Small jump. Small jump, down attack. Activate scrolls. Climb up the ladder. Hold left and up to get off the ladder. Press right here. Throw a scroll. Press left. Press right. Throw a scroll. I do a large jump here to buffer because the screen won't start scrolling right away, so you have to wait for the music to end. And here's inside the Technodrome at full speed. Now we're at Shredder, the last boss of the game. There are many ways to kill Shredder. The preferred way is called the Fuzzy Elf. To do this kill, you enter the room with the scroll active. Walk off the ledge, then press right to push against it. Once you're against it, go neutral on the D-pad. Throw a scroll. As soon as you land, do a large jump. Once you're next to the platform, hold right. Throw your second scroll. If the first scroll is still on the screen, the second one will stick in the platform. Keep holding right to get on the platform and walk to the end. Turn around and throw a scroll when Shredder's head looks like a crown. Enjoy victory. Here's the Fuzzy Elf at full speed. And here are some other kill options. Be careful because sometimes Shredder will teleport. If you only have 3 scrolls, you can use a damage transfer instead. You can also pause when you first enter to make Shredder's lightning red. Hooray! You did it!